Welcome to this video on using additional templates when estimating using a quote template. In this video, I'll show you how to add a projection template to an existing quote template in order to estimate a building design not covered by the standard job templates. Before watching this video, we recommend that you first view one of the Getting Started videos on estimating with a quote template. There are many situations in which you might want to add an additional template to your main quote template. For example, you might want to add a projection to a house or bungalow. You might want to add a garage to a house estimate. Or you might want to estimate renovation or fitting out tasks in a different part of the property from the main quote template. However, if you want to estimate several houses, you should normally estimate each house in a separate estimate or separate job. You can then bring them together in a group of jobs if you have Enterprise Edition of Estimator Express. I've estimated a 2-storey extension using a standard job template and want to attach a single-storey lean-to projection template. To add an additional template, either scroll down to the bottom of the quote template screen. Alternatively, you can select additional templates from the Jump to section drop-down box. As you can see, the additional templates section can be found right at the bottom of the main quote template screen. Click the Add Additional Template button. A window pops up prompting you to select a template type. As you can see, you can add anything from a house to a projection to a garage or even renovation work to the main quote template. If you want to bolt on an addition to a house, bungalow, extension or garage you've just estimated, you must select a projection template rather than an extension template. Whereas an extension connects to the walls of an existing building, a projection connects to new walls, so should only be used to add onto another new building. Let me show you how a projection template works. In the example pictured here, we're looking at adding an apex projection to a new build house template. For a projection, Estimator Express will swap the external wall specification with internal connecting walls in the new building you've estimated. It will also allow for the formation of structural openings into the new connecting walls, netting off the internal wall, so a projection template will take into account the materials saved by the opening in the connecting wall. A projection template allows for the plastering and decoration of all walls in the new projection, including connecting walls, if you select those options. And of course, a projection template will estimate the construction of the new projection, including walls, roofs, doors, windows, and so on. Click on the type of template you want to add to your main quote template. I'm going to select the projection option, as I want to attach a projection to the extension I've just estimated. The template selection window pops up. Note that the template you're adding can have a different finish from the original template, so you can mix and match your wall finishes. I'm going to select the lean-to single-storey projection template. A dialog box pops up asking you to confirm that you've chosen the correct template type. Read the information carefully, then click Yes if you're sure you've selected the appropriate template. Next, select a template setup. If you select the Same as Parent template option, the additional template will inherit the specifications you've chosen for the parent template, or in other words, the main quote template. Either select Same as Parent template or select another appropriate option. Then click OK. Now a new quote template screen opens up for the additional template. You can move between the different quote templates using the navigator on the left. Here we can see the original main quote template screen, and here's the add-on template, the lean-to single-storey projection. You can add multiple additional templates, and if you do, they'll all be listed underneath the main quote template here. In the additional template, work through the template in the usual way. Note that the additional template inherits the specifications but not the dimensions from the original parent template, so you'll need to review the dimensions. First, enter the dimensions into the building plan. Then work your way through the key estimating options and dimensions. I want to allow for plastering and decoration, but not decoration to the fascias and soffits. I'm going to set my foundation depth to 1.2 metres and change the roof pitch to 30 degrees. Once you're happy with the estimating options and dimensions, work your way through the sections. The specification of the external walls and floors has been automatically selected by Estimator Express to match the parent template. You'll need to review the dimensions and options by clicking the Dimensions button in each section. Let's imagine we've done that and move on. You'll need to specify the roof type for this additional template, as your addition may require a different type from the original template. Select a roof specification and internal finishes. You can once again click the Dimensions button to review the roof dimensions. Now let's add a structural opening joining the lean-to to the main two-storey part of the extension. Select Opening to New Walls. Select the appropriate dimensional template. Confirm the number of openings of this size and specification. In this case it's just one. And then the Dimensions wizard opens up, allowing you to check the dimensions and options for the structural opening. I'm going to set the opening to be 2 meters wide, and I'm going to use pad stones at either end, so I'll leave that set to yes. Check the plastering details, and once you're happy, click Finish. The opening is going to be formed within the connecting wall between the lean-to and the main two-storey part of the extension, so I'm going to select the Connecting Wall option. As we're estimating a projection on a new wall, Estimator Express will automatically omit the brickwork, blockwork and plastering etc. from the opening of the connecting wall. I'm happy that the Form Opening in Wall option has been selected, so that's the structural opening complete. Now let's turn our attention to the internal connecting walls between the new extension and the projection. I'm going to select Internal Cavity Block Wall with foundations plastered on both sides for the downstairs walls. Once you've selected the connecting wall specification, Estimator Express will automatically construct the connecting wall using the new specification. In this case, it will replace the brickwork of the external leaf with blockwork. What's more, it will plaster and decorate the external side of the wall if you've selected the plastering and decoration options at the top of the quote template. For the downstairs roof gables, I'm going to select Internal Cavity Block Wall. If required, you can use a different wall spec for the roof gables. This option tells Estimator Express what we want to do with the connecting wall behind the gable abutment of the projection. For this apex example pictured here, roof gable refers to the triangular area of the abutment on the connecting wall. In the case of a lean-to projection, gable refers to the rectangular area of abutment on the connecting wall. For lean-tos, Estimator Express treats the rectangular abutment in the same way as normal triangular abutments. As I selected internal cavity block walls, Estimator Express will automatically construct the rectangular abutment gable using the new connecting wall specification. In other words, with blockwork rather than brickwork. If you select the plastered vaulted ceiling roof option, Estimator Express will also apply plastering and decoration to the abutment. Let's have a closer look at the dimensions of the internal connecting wall. Estimator Express knows there's an area of opening due to the structural opening, which was 2 meters by 2.1 meters, so it's calculated the total area of opening. It uses this information along with the building dimensions to calculate how much brickwork to omit and how much blockwork, plastering and decoration to add to the estimate. Review the foundation and footing details, taking care to check the cavity width and the wall width of the internal connecting wall. In this case, I want to match the cavity width of the main quote template wall, so I'm going to change the cavity width to 0.14 and I'm going to change the overall wall width to 0.34. Once you've checked you're happy with plastering and decoration options, click Finish. So that's the internal connecting wall sorted. Continue working your way through the quote template, estimating internal walls, doors and other elements in the usual way. Once you're happy with the estimate, click Main Quote Template to return to the original template. You can now see the additional template near the top of the main quote template screen. You can click on the additional template to open it up and review it at any time. You can add multiple additional templates and they will all appear here. To add further additional templates, simply jump to the Additional Templates section and click the Add Additional Template button again. Now it's your turn. To get started on adding a projection, garage or other template type, click Add Additional Template. Over to you.